We're speaking with Ian from Militarie Gun and his mum, Shawn.
Hello.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
It's a family affair. Did you just get in?
No. What day? We got in Thursday.
But you get to hang out with your son a little bit then.
I do.
That's
Not
nice.
too much. They got me very busy today, and we just we flew in from Spain this morning. So this is actually the first time I'm seeing my mom today.
That is nice.
I went to grab her for the interview.
Literally.
Shawn, when you're seeing your
Oh,
son,
and yeah, Danny there.
when you're seeing your son on stage, Shawn, and your son is commanding an audience,
Yes.
how does that make you feel?
Proud. Very, very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to the mosh pit?
No, he doesn't let me down there.
Don't know. Come on,
No.
Ian.
No, well, so my dad has done that. He's gotten in the pit and it pissed me off. It was
Okay.
terrifying. I was like, you got to get out of here, man. This is not good.
Do you feel like a responsibility as a parent when you're taking a photo? You got to make sure that you're not zooming in too much, or you don't have the iPad, or do you know what I mean? You're taking good content. Do you feel like you're a content gatherer?
Yes.
She's very big
You gotta-
on posting on Facebook.
Yeah. You got to be careful with
it's
Facebook
not-
these days.
Yeah. I have to be careful though. It has to go through his okay
All right.
before it goes up.
Hey, this show's called 101 Part-Time Jobs, and
Yeah.
it started off because a lot of my friends were playing in punk bands, like Ian and his brother. And of course, to keep on doing that, you got to pay for loads of stuff, recording and touring.
Yeah.
What were you like? What was your attitude about giving or making Ian have a job when he was a kid?
Well, I didn't have to make him. Ian's always worked very hard. Very, very hard.
There we go.
Everything that I said in our interviews now backed up. It's been
Were you-
verified by my mother.
Are you impressed? Are you impressed by his industriousness and like getting out there and sending loads
Okay,
of
wait,
emails?
this doesn't have to be a puff piece. Let's ask her
No,
a
I'm
hard-hitting
not. I'm
question.
just interested.
What's the worst thing about me?
Well, let me just back up to the other thing. Just back up. Just 1 second. He's very much like my mother. My mother
Yeah.
was very driven. So he's very much like my mother. And he's always worked very diligently for what he wanted to do, which is music.
Hell yeah. And now you get to come to
I know. What
Reading.
was the other question?
What's the
sir?
worst thing about me?
Oh, boy. Oh. He never listens to me.
Do you think that could be a good thing, that if he doesn't listen to you, because then, finds his own mistakes, finds his own way?
Hey, do you give good advice?
Have you found any of your mistakes I've told you about yet?
Couple few.
Couple few.
What's the most embarrassing memory that you've got of Ian? The most embarrassing for him?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that he's ever embarrassed, really.
I get more
had to be
embarrassed of
something I
myself than I am of. I don't think she thinks anything's embarrassing that I do. I think I would have things, but not her.
I think it's a good way you find out a lot about yourself when you get embarrassed by yourself. I mean, playing music at the start can be quite embarrassing.
Oh yeah, totally. It's humiliating. You look back at everything you make, and like, I look at back even to like songs I wrote a year ago, and I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing. And yeah, you create a permanent record of your life.
I think coming somewhere like this, Reading Festival, legendary festival, like how many YouTube videos have we watched from like 92 all the way through to now?
I was listening to Nirvana live at Reading on the way in
Yeah.
today, and I was like, this is crazy.
Do you feel like an infiltrator when you come into places like this?
Yeah, I feel like, infiltration is exactly what I was in my head. I described it as. So you fucked me up by saying the word first just now, because I'm like, damn it, now I don't have a better way to describe it. But yeah, infiltration. It's like to be from like a small town in Washington and be playing Reading and Leeds is nuts.
And what's the way to deal with that? Like, have fun, bring your mum into the situation.
Yeah,
make it
yeah. I like to just make everything as not what it's supposed to be as possible, and yeah, that's why I got my mom standing here with me.
Growing up playing in punk bands and hardcore bands, there's a lot of side stage action if your friends are playing, and there's the temptation to stand side stage.
Yeah.
But what is better, standing side stage or standing out the front, where you get the full PA?
Standing side stage is trash, and it's mainly for grifters who want to just get an Instagram post that makes it look like they're friends with the band. Standing out front is the coolest way. If I love a band, I try to be up front and participating. There's very few bands that get that out of me. Like recently, I went to Sound and Fury. I was up front for Drug Church. I was up front for Weekend Nachos, and I was on stage grifter for Twitching Tongues, but that's because all the the fam was up there, so I had to be up there. But if it's a band I truly enjoy, you gotta be up front, participate, jump around, have fun.
Hey, 101 part-time jobs. Some quick fire questions about working in the workplace, being in the workplace. Have you ever fallen asleep on the toilet at work, either of you?
Never.
No.
Ever been fired?
Yes.
Let's go, Shawn.
How many times?
Numerous times.
My mom is not necessarily meant for group settings.
Well,
I've never been fired.
Sorry. Is this going to show anywhere in the U.S.?
no, we'll set the permissions on YouTube.
Oh, good. Then it
Have you
won't.
ever had a relationship with someone in the workplace?
I can't answer that.
We can't. I mean, that's deep. It's a tough one.
I never have.
Ian, what's the best line of lyrics you've ever written? What's the best line? The one you're proud of most?
I would say the one that I look back to the most, because I try to think about it as a lens on my life always, is I'm trying to live my life with nothing to hide and no one to fight, and I literally actively apply that. When I think about doing something that's borderline,
Yeah.
I think, am I being confrontational, and is this something I would hide? And I try to, because I have to go and sing that every night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a full of shit person. How do I not, how do I actually live up to that lyric that I have to go sing every day? So that lyric I would say is the one I'm most proud of.
You're writing your own playbook.
Trying to, I don't want to be full of shit.
Yeah.
So.
That's really nice. You got a lot of songs about friends and like friendship and the hardness of friendship.
Yeah, friendship's a hard thing.
And I think at first when people listen to your records, I think maybe that's the thing about music. When we hear lyrics, we're like, oh, it's about relationships, like romantic.
Yeah.
But I've seen you say in interviews that a lot of your songs are about friendships. And I think that's a really beautiful lens to have in it. Because you're right, friendships are difficult. We can be friends with the wrong people. We can not spend time with people we should be paying attention to.
Definitely. I mean, your friendships, so I try to frame a lot of them to sound romantic because that's what feels like most passionate and connecting with people. But you think about your relationship, like your romantic relationship, you only have one at a time. Traditionally.
Some people.
Traditionally, yeah. But you have multiple friendships, and so your relation, your interpersonal connection is different, and so, I can only write so much about one romantic relationship, but I have a different thing going on here, a different thing going on there. Like, one of our earliest songs was this song "Dislocate Me," which I wrote it to sound like a love song, but it's really about friendship, about someone just anticipating you change to be what they want you to be. And they don't actually care about who you are. They care about what they want to see in the world or something. It's like that was very politically driven. Being around very politically driven friends, they expect you to be one way.
That's a big lesson. That's something that everyone goes through. It's very universal.
Yeah.
So, I write a lot about friendship, but I try to frame it in the framework of love.
Yeah, I like that. When's the next record shaping up to?
Next year, hopefully.
Fuck yeah.
Got to record it, but we have it written-ish.
Have you got any particular favorite lines that may or may not make the record, or titles or kind of themes that we can get excited about?
Yes, there's one. I think I probably said it in an interview with you, but there's a lyric that was on the last record that didn't make it, and then I changed it into a new song. But it's the things you never remember, the things I'll never forget, and I think that sums up a lot of what I'm trying to say a lot of the time. So I'm hoping that'll be one of the big songs on the next record. So hopefully you'll hear it.
If you enjoyed this chat, make sure you subscribe to 101 Part-Time Jobs for more. We've done episodes with Idols, Yard Act, Self-Esteem, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and so many more. We put out 2 episodes every week, and we'd love to have you there. Subscribe to 101 Part-Time Jobs on Spotify, Apple, and everywhere you get your podcasts.